Number 30 is black and white, but it's not from Gen 5, it's from Gen 6. That's barely a hint, right? It's so vague, you wanna put a pan in your hand and smack the crap out of me. Am I wrong? Well, if you think it's not Pangoro, you're the one who's wrong. Pangoro is a panda and a thug. Yeah, totally awesome. A thug panda. I also like the paw hands, the leaf in its mouth, and especially its cape, if that's even what it is. To put it simply, Pangoro looks so awesome and badass. Now for its battling skills, its base stat total is 495, which is good, and it has high attack and HP, and well, that's pretty much all. Ability time! Pangoro's possibilities are Iron Fist, Mold Breaker, and Scrappy. I find Scrappy inferior, so I wouldn't choose that one. Pangoro's move pool is very big and diverse, but sadly, it's not enough for type coverage. You'll have to pick just one to leave out, but once you do, Poison Jab will work for Fairy, a Rock Attack will work for flying, and Aerial Ace will work for fighting. In the anime, Serena's got a Pancham, which she never evolved. I know Pangoro doesn't really seem like a Serena Pokemon, if you know what I mean, but I still think she should have evolved him, so still but forget that. Pangoro has a badass design and is good in battle, so this thug easily earns himself, or possibly herself, 30th place. I know I used that line already, I just like it. Do you like camels? How about volcanoes? If you like them both, odds are you'll like number 29, who is Camerupt. As I just implied, Camerupt is both a camel and a volcano. Pretty clever combination, huh? I'm not too crazy about camels. I just think the mix between that and a volcano is very clever and epic. I also think those two volcanoes on its back, and less notably those blue rings, very epic. Alright, enough design shit. Let's proceed to battling skills. Camerupt's BST comes in at 460, which is pretty good, and it has high offenses. Sorry, that's it. Camerupt, for abilities, can have Magma Armor, Solid Rock, and Anger Point. If Camerupt were weak to Ice, Magma Armor would work better, so I'd go for any but that one. Now for its move pool, it's big, but not very diverse. But as for weakness coverage, Camerupt has two, Water and Ground. Both these types are weak to Grass, so all Camerupt needs is Solar Beam. Or, if you don't feel like waiting one turn, Grass Hidden Power. Do you think we're done? If not, pat yourself on the back, because we've still got Camerupt Mega. Mega Camerupt gets a small speed nerf, which I honestly think is negligible, for small buffs to, except HP, everything else, meaning it can both give and take more damage. It also gets a new ability, Sheer Force. Honestly, I'm indifferent to this, since I like both boosted attack power and move side effects. And as for its design, it does look a bit cooler, what with all that coal. What, was it on Santa's naughty list? But anyway, Camerupt's got pretty good battling skills and a very awesome design, topped off with a great Mega Evolution, and therefore, 29th place sits right in that front volcano. Man, I should get paid to come up with this stuff. Number 28 is hated by quite a few people because it's an evolution of a Gen 1 Pokemon who many thought was perfect the way it was. But to be honest, before 28 was released, I always felt like this Pokemon could have used an evolution. I mean, I did like its design, but still, I thought an evolution wouldn't have hurt. The Pokemon I'm talking about here is Rhydon, so yeah, number 28 is RHyperior. Look, don't get me wrong here. I like Rhydon, but I love RHyperior. I find the double horns, Wrecking Ball tail, orange plates, blade elbows, arm cannons, and overall Rhinoceros look epic. Wow, I just explained everything I like about this Pokemon's design in one small sentence. Yes, that's Mikoro Gliscor 472 talk for I'm all out of design stuff to say, so it's time for battling skills! RHyperior's BST is a very high 535, and it has high HP and physical stats with low speed and special stats, so it's both a physical wall and physical tank. RHyperior, for abilities, can have Lightning Rod, Solid Rock, and Reckless. Lightning Rod is, again, only useful in uncommon situations, and RHyperior can't learn very many recoil moves, rendering Reckless pretty much pointless. Therefore, I'd always go with Solid Rock. RHyperior boasts a big and very diverse move pool, but unfortunately, it's not quite enough for weakness coverage. After picking one to leave out, Rock will cover Ice and Ground will cover Steel, and it can use Ice Fang for Grass and Ground, Thunder Fang for Water, and as for fighting, all it's got is Hidden Power, which for the 100th time, I don't advise given its low special attack. To sum it all up, RHyperior has an awesome design along with potent battling skills, so it's RHyperior enough to take 28th place. Get it? RHyperior, superior? Shut the f*** up. Sorry, I couldn't think of an intro for this one. It's Agron. Agron appears to be based on some sort of dinosaur, or maybe a dragon. Well, whatever it's based off of, it looks hella epic. The metal armor, the horns, the blue eyes, and I guess the tail. Guess what I'm about to say. If you guessed, I'm all out of design stuff to say, so it's time for battling skills. Pat yourself on the back again. Agron's BST is 530, which is great, and if that astronomical defense stat doesn't catch your eye, you must be blind. It also has high attack, so technically, it's a physical sweeper. Agron's abilities are sturdy, rockhead, and heavy metal. Heavy metal's a gamble, so I'd go for any but that one. Agron's move pool is both big and diverse, and yes, it's enough for type coverage. Aerial Ace will cover fighting, and as for water and ground, you could go with Solar Beam or Grass Hidden Power, but Agron's special attack leaves much to be desired, so up to you. We're fit! Oh fine, we're not finished. Agron can Mega Evolve. In doing so, it gets attack, defense, and special defense boosts, so it has more physical power with bulk to back it up, and that's it. Also, I find its new ability, Filter, very useful. It also loses the rock type to become a pure steel type, though whether that's good or bad is up to interpretation. And as for its design, I kinda prefer regular Agrons, so Agron wins the design trophy, and Mega Agron wins the battling trophy. But that, my friends, is exactly why Agron, overall, wins 27th place. About damn time we had a fairy type. What's the magical thing that can turn a frog back into a human? A princess's kiss? Switch the word princess with, Toga, and you've got number 26. Toga Kiss. Toga Kiss. Toga Kiss looks like a mix between a fairy and a bird. The origin's not what makes me like it, so maybe it's the features? The wings and the blue and red marks? Yeah, it's the features. Now for battling skills. Hey, if I could say more design stuff, I would. Its BST is a sky-high 545. Get it? Sky high, flying type, and it has high defense and special stats with decent HP and speed, so at best, it's a special tank. Toga Kiss can have Hustle, Serene Grace, and Super Luck for abilities, and I hate Hustle, so I would never choose that one. But as for the other two, they are both good, but I find Super Luck a bit inferior to Serene Grace, so I would always choose Serene Grace. Toga Kiss's move pool is pretty big and diverse, even enough for weakness coverage. It can use Aura Sphere for ice, and Ground Hidden Power for everything else. Now for the anime, Dawn's got a Toga Kiss, and the most she's really known for is being motherly. I mean, I like her, but I can't say much else. Anyway, Toga Kiss has an exotic design and very strong battling skills, and so it earns 26th place quite easily. Do you like dogs? No. Do you like foxes? No. Do you like wolves? Yes! Good, because number 25 is none other than Liken Rock. Liken Rock is, again, a wolf, and that's pretty much it. However, it has two different forms. One is called Midday form, which is quadrupedal, and has a pale brown color with nice blue eyes. It's also got a fluffy tail and neck fur. The other, called Midnight form, is bipedal and has a red color and piercing red eyes, with cooler looking neck fur. From a design standpoint, my favorite is neither. It's actually the Dusk form, which we know little about right now, so now for battling skills. Both forms of Liken Rock have a BST of 487, which is good, and the Midday forms got high attack and speed, resulting in good physical sweeping skills, and the Midnight forms got high attack, with everything else being relatively balanced, so physical powerhouse. For abilities, the Midday form can have Keen Eye, Sand Rush, or Steadfast, while the Midnight form can have Keen Eye, Vital Spirits, or No Guard. All of the Midday forms options are good, so you choose which one is best. And And as for the Midnight form, no guard is a huge gamble, so I'd go for any but that one. Onto move pool, neither form's got a terribly big or diverse one, and as such, they're not good with type coverage. They could use Thunder Fang for water and Fire Fang for grass and steel, but the only option they have for ground and fighting, which share no weaknesses, is Hidden Power, which would be foolish to use since both forms have bad special attack. So, in terms of battling skills, I have to say I slightly prefer the Midday form due to its better ability possibilities. Onto the anime, Ash had a Rock Ruff, which evolved into Dusk form Liken Rock. So yes, I'm ecstatic about that. While all forms of Liken Rock are only decent in battle, well, the Midday and Midnight forms, they all have very awesome designs, and that's enough to earn Liken Rock as a whole 25th place. Finally, a fossil Pokemon. However, this one stands out from all the others. It has no evolutionary family, and it's the only one with a Mega Evolution. That's right, it's Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl's a pterodactyl, and that's it. Just a pterodactyl. Simple? Yes, but again, sometimes less is more. So simple, in fact, that I'm all out of design stuff to say, so it's time for battling skills. Aerodactyl's BST is a great 515, and with its high attack and speed stats, it makes for a good physical sweeper. For abilities, it can have Rockhead, Pressure, or Unnerve. I find Unnerve inferior to the other two, and as for Rockhead, Aerodactyl can't learn a lot of recoil moves. So, by process of elimination, I choose Pressure. Now for its move pool, it's big and it's quite diverse. Even enough for weakness coverage! Rock will cover Ice, and it has Thunder Fang for water and Earthquake for everything else. As I said earlier, Aerodactyl is the only fossil Pokemon who can Mega Evolve. It gets small buffs too, except HP, all stats. Man, what's Mega Evolution got against HP? So, it can do what it normally does, but better! It also gets a new ability, which is Tough Claws. This is quite useful, since it'll give it even more physical attack power. And as for its design, it does look cool, but compared to normal Aerodactyl, I think they both look equally cool. Aerodactyl's design may be simple, but nonetheless, it's so awesome, and it works well in battle, so I'd say 24th place is quite fitting. Boo. Anyone got some antidote? Yeah, number 23 is Gengar, alright. Gengar is just a ghost. If I can't say that since its type is ghost, then it's a shadow. A poisonous one, I guess. Like most other Gen 1 Pokemon, Gengar's design is very simple. But again, simple doesn't mean bad. In fact, in Gengar's case, simple means awesome. I really like Gengar's design. Not quite sure why, I just do. Do I really have to explain myself all the time? Anyway, let's discuss Gengar's battling skills! Its BST is 500, which is great. I've said that so many times I've lost track. And it has high special attack and speed, making it an effective special sweeper. Gengar's only ability is Cursed Body, which is one of my favorite abilities. And as for its move pool, it's quite big and diverse, even enough for weakness coverage. Ghost covers itself, as always, and Psychic, and it has Focus Blast for Dark and Energy Ball for Ground. Yes, I know that before Gen 7, grounds didn't matter, since back then, Gengar's ability was Levitate, but let's dwell not on negative things, but positive things, like Gengar's Mega. It gets small buffs to all stats except, HP and attack, so it can do what it normally does, but better. I'm starting to think I have a habit of repeating myself. And it gets a new ability, Shadow Tag, which is alright. I prefer Cursed Body. And as for its design, the red glow on its bottom half and arms and tail all look so flippin' cool. In short, its design is a huge improvement. In more short, Gengar has 3 awesome things about it. Its design, battling skills, and Mega Evolution. With all that, it should be no wonder it earns 23rd place. Number 22 is a non-legendary version of a legendary Pokemon. Also, it's from Alola. You want a wordplay hint? Fine. If you want to earn at least a silver medal, you're gonna want an ally or 2. Yes, I'm talking about Silvally. Silvally is my favorite Alola Pokemon, with a very exotic and overall cool design. All of its features, its ears, eyes, head blade, green claws, jaw guard, and everything else I didn't mention by name, look so awesome on it. In one word, epic. In a few more words, it's time for battling skills. Its BST is 570, which is gargantuan, and all of its stats are perfectly balanced, so it can literally work any way you want it to. Earlier I said, and I quote, Silvally is a non-legendary version of a legendary Pokemon, which is Arceus. This is because of its ability, Arceus system, which, depending on what drive it's holding, makes it change type, like Arceus with its plates. Apart from design, this is the main thing that makes me love Silvally, its versatility. Anyway, onto its move pool, it's pretty big and diverse, and it may or may not be good with type coverage, depending on which type you choose to make it. No, I will not go through each type one by one, because that would take millennia. Anyway, Silvally has a very cool design, and its battling style, while unoriginal, is very clever and effective, which is why it earns 22nd place easily as pie. Piece of cake. Easy peasy lemon cheesy. So easily, I'm all out of things to say. Sorry, another rock and flying type. You guessed it, it's Archeops. Man, so many rock types in this part. Anyway, like Aerodactyl, Archeops is a prehistoric bird, and that's pretty much all. But what really attracts me to Archeops is its design. I mean, just look at all those colors. Colorful Pokemon always look cool to me. I also like all the feathers, the tail, and... sorry, that's all I can say. On to battling skills, Archeops' BST is an, again, gargantuan 567, and it has high offenses and speed, but its physical attack is a little bit higher, so technically, physical sweeper. Although it therefore sucks on the defensive side, Archeops can only have one ability, which is Defeatist. When it has less than half HP left, this makes its attack and special attack power drop. I know it's a trade-off for its high BST, but I still can't help but be pissed over it. But never mind that, Archeops' move pool is big and somewhat diverse, even enough for type coverage. Rock will cover ice, and it can use Grass Hidden Power for water and Earthquake for everything else. As I made very clear, Archeops' design is very cool and, with all the colors, exotic, and that, along with its strong battling skills, ignoring its ability, is why I bestow 21st place upon it.